Welcome back to my channel. Another day, another damage test. The new limited MVP card has finally been released on the beta server. And for today's video, we'll be doing a damage test comparison for this brand new MVP card, Elemental Guardian Card of Chaos. Let's find out if this card is actually worth it. I'll be comparing it against the Thara Frog card and Angeling card to see how it performs and whether it's a good investment for your build. This test will focus mainly on PvP and GvG performance, so if you're wondering whether this card is worth using against other players, this video is for you. Also, I'll be using Warlock for this test. No more wasting time. Let's get started. For this test, I'll be using a full power setup so we can get a better look at the damage difference between these cards and have a more accurate comparison of their performance. This should give us a clearer idea of which card provides the best value for PvP and GvG scenarios. And here's the result of our first test. As you can see, the new Elemental Guardian Card of Chaos provides the highest damage reduction among all the cards we tested. One thing I'm still not completely sure about is how the +1 neutral armor deposit effect is actually calculated. Based on our test results, the damage reduction with deposit is almost identical to the damage reduction without the deposit. For now, what we can confidently say is that the Elemental Guardian Card of Chaos itself is already performing extremely well, while the additional benefit from the deposit remains difficult to measure based on these results alone. Now let's move on and test it against a physical damage skill. Of course, we'll be using one of the most popular PvP and GvG classes right now, the Royal Guard MS3 build, to see how well these cards perform against physical burst damage. Before we begin, I'd like to give a special shout out to my former guildmates JPC and Kyra for letting me borrow their accounts here on the beta server. Your help made this test possible, and I really appreciate it. And surprisingly, the results are completely different from our first test. Based on these numbers, Thara Frog card actually provides better damage reduction than the new Elemental Guardian card of Chaos against Shield Throw. Another interesting observation is the deposit effect. Just like in our previous test, the result with deposit is exactly the same as the result without the deposit, showing no noticeable difference at all. This raises an important question. Is the +1 neutral armor deposit effect not working in PvP GvG? Or is the effect simply too small to be reflected in the final damage calculation? For our final test, the results continue to show the same trend. Thara Frog card still provides better damage reduction compared to the new Elemental Guardian card of Chaos. Once again, the new MVP card produced identical results with and without the deposit bonus. At least from the tests we've conducted so far, there is no noticeable difference between the two. I'll continue doing more tests in the future so we can better understand how the +1 neutral armor effect actually works and whether it has any impact in PvP and GvG scenarios. However, there is one important factor to consider. In PvP and GvG, many auto-attack Rune Knights are using Dragon Phantom card, which allows them to transform into the Dragon race. When that happens, the damage reduction effect from Thara Frog card no longer applies against them. Because of this, I still see potential in the new Elemental Guardian card of Chaos. While it doesn't beat Thara Frog card in terms of raw damage reduction, it can still be useful against opponents who can bypass Thara's race-based effect, giving you more consistent survivability in PvP and GvG. What do you think about this new MVP card? Is it worth getting, or would you still stick with Thara Frog card? Comment down below and let me know your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Ragnarok Mobile Classic content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.